Hello everyone. In this video, I will be discussing a course concept that really stood out to me and changed the way I think about technology, specifically how it develops, why it's created, and how it continues to shape our lives today. One concept from the course that stood out to me is the SAGE system, which stands for Semi-Automatic Ground Environment. SAGE was developed in the 1950s during the Cold War and was used by NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command. The purpose of SAGE was to protect North America from possible Soviet bomber attacks. It worked by connecting radar stations across the continent and sending that information into huge IBM computers called the AN/FSQ-7, which were the largest computers in the world at the time. What I found interesting was how the system created a real-time picture of the sky. All scheduled flights were entered ahead of time, and the computer constantly compared what should be there with what radar actually detected. If something didn't match, it appeared as an unidentified target on the screen. Even though the computer did the calculations and tracking, a human officer always made the final decision. This really stood out to me as an early example of human-computer interaction, where technology supports people rather than replaces them. Learning about SAGE raised some important questions for me about technology and society. First of all, it made me think about how often major technological advances come from fear or conflict. SAGE wasn't built for convenience or innovation. It was built because people were afraid of attack. Yet, the technologies developed for it later influenced civilian systems like air traffic control. It also made me think about how quickly technology can become outdated. SAGE was designed to stop bomber aircraft, but once missile technology advanced, the system no longer fit the new threat. This made me realize that technology is shaped by assumptions about the future, and when those assumptions change, the technology can lose its relevance. This connects to another concept from the course, ARPANET, which was also created for military reasons but later became the foundation of the internet. It made me question how today's technologies might be used in ways their creators never intended. This topic connects to my own life more than I expected. I use digital systems every day for school, communication, healthcare, and work, but I rarely think about where they originated. Learning that many of these systems evolved from military technology made me more aware of how deeply technology shapes our lives. As someone preparing for a professional career, this also made me think about responsibility. Just like SAGE requires human oversight, modern technologies like automation and AI still need human judgment, accountability, and ethical decision making. I was also struck by how the creation of the World Wide Web turned the internet from a limited military and academic tool into something accessible to everyone. Without that shift, my education and future career plans would look very different. Overall, this topic changed how I think about technology. It reminded me that technology doesn't just appear, it's shaped by human needs, fears, and choices. Understanding where this system come from helps me think more critically about how we use them today and how they might shape the future. Thank you for listening.